I know, this is not where episode 2 left off, but due to the fact that my computer hates me, it's not that I accidentally deleted all my shit. Well, I've kind of made it a little bit farther north, but just to kind of recap a little bit, I'm going to take you through the last episode. So, real quick, we made it to pretty much we were at the very south side of the southern part. Didn't really know where the hell I was going. I ended up meeting a few friends, Rhino and Poodle. God damn it, I miss Rhino. And then, yeah, happened to fail. So we were gonna restart. We were there by the lighthouse. We were gonna move into Electro, which I did, and kind of from that point things started to get a little bit hairy. I got some really good supplies, but I also lost a lot of blood in the process. And yeah, I just continued to move north to where we are here at kind of this crossroads. Now I know there's a barn up here, and that's kind of where this episode is leading into. Now, when I'm walking up to this barn, you're going to see that I'm going around the outskirts, which you always want to do. You never want to hit up, whether it's an objective or a building or whatever, just head on, because you never know, who's going to be there, what's going to be there. And you're going to see that as I'm checking the place out, I'm going to start to notice that there's no zombies, nothing. Everything's quiet, and which makes me start to think that there's going to be another player around. Now, I hate killing other players if I don't have to. When I see other players, I try to steer clear. And this guy, you can tell, like, he already cleared the area out of zombies, and he was just sitting there waiting for some new guy to walk straight through the front door of that barn, and he was going to take him out and take whatever gear that they scavenged up from, whether it was the castle to the east, Electro from the south, whatever he could get his hands on. So I wasn't taking that chance, and I don't want him to kill some other new guy, so I took him out. But now you're gonna see, like, after I actually get up to him and I start to kind of loot his gear and everything like that, and he had some really good stuff, kind of shit weapons, but he actually, he had an Alice pack that I really wanted to get. He had a tent, which is awesome. He didn't have quite enough food, but anyway, I start to hear zombies coming up from behind me. So what do? I'm gonna go out. I'm gonna run away. I'm gonna take care of business, and I'm gonna go back and get what I need. Well, when I pull off my gear, you're going to see I get this weird, like, binocular glitch, and it just keeps bringing the binoculars up. I try to bring them down, and it brings it right back up. I don't know what the fuck is going on. I got to walk away, and the whole time I'm getting, like, slapped in the ass by a fucking zombie, losing blood left and right. I just about hyperventilate to the point where I go unconscious. I would have been pissed. But it kind of made me start thinking of, like, actual close calls in my real life. Now, I remember when I was younger, not too much younger, but I was over at a buddy's house, and we just got finished. We actually built a go-kart, from scratch. I mean, I'm talking putting the engine in the frame, the whole deal. And, it took us a little while to do it. Well, this was the day. We were going to bring it out riding. And he also had a dirt bike that he had just gotten bored out. So, we got the go-kart out, and, we're doing donuts and doing all sorts of fun shit. And he's like, hey, man, why don't you, take the bike out? Sweet. I'm like, definitely. So I get on the dirt bike and I go hauling ass down the road. I mean, I am flying. The bike's handling great. It's got a little bit extra power. It just feels good. So I turn around and I come back, and man, I remember it clear as day too. Like, I'm riding and I see him. He's riding on the left-hand side of the road. And it's a dirt road, and I'm on the right-hand side of the road. And we have a third friend who's just kind of sitting off, like, by the driveway, just watching us. And he's not going that fast, maybe like 25 miles an hour or so, and I'm catching up to him. And I remember looking back and feeling like this sense of dread. And he cuts me right off, thinking that he was going to make the driveway before I went past him. And my front tire freaking wedged right into the roll cage of this thing, and I go flying over the handlebars. Like, literally flying Superman style. And I don't know why, like, it felt like time slowed down, but I distinctly remember that third friend, like, he was laughing, and not just a normal laugh, like, this dude cackled. I remember him cackling at me as I'm flying through the air. I land on my shoulder. I do about 1,500 somersaults, and the weirdest thing, like, I popped right up, jumped right up to my feet, and there was like a little ravine, and I kind of like just hopped over the ravine, and I started like the half-a-mile walk straight back to the house. Don't know why, don't know what I was thinking, but I just felt like I had to walk. And so for about 2 hours, I didn't do nothing. I just kind of sat there. I was like, I'm all right. And they're like, dude, you're messed up. Your shoulder's fucked up. I'm like, nah, man, I'm all right. So finally, his parents come home. And they're like, you need to go to the hospital now. So they put me in their vehicle and bring me to the hospital. And turns out my collarbone was actually about half an inch away from the main artery in my neck. If I would have landed just a little bit differently, I probably wouldn't have even made the walk back to the house. Alright guys, that's going to do it up. I know this was a pretty quick episode, but I just wanted to show you in the next episode, episode 4, I'm going to be kind of going to the northeast a little bit, kind of seeing what I can find up that way, and hopefully, I'm really trying to find one of these helicopter crash sites. But if you could leave maybe down in the description below, maybe some close calls that you had. I know everybody's gone through some shit. Otherwise, this has been a Dr. Freeman commentary. Peace.